demands placed on them and their families. Particularly noteworthy is his focus on advancement examination preparation for his sailors. As a result of his leadership, the command advancement rate jumped by 350% in one advancement cycle, increasing from 23 to 80 sailors promoted. He flawlessly executed significant collateral duties, including Assistant Security Manager, Sexual Assault Prevention and Response, and Suicide Prevention Coordinator. His leadership enhanced the command's ability to provide oversight to 4 subordinate divisions in programs such as Command Managed Equal Opportunity, Individual Augmentee Coordination, Sailorization, and Professional Development. This superb tour of duty culminated in a distinguished career of 26 years of loyal and faithful service to his country. Senior Chief Armstrong's distinctive accomplishments and selfless devotion to duty reflected great credit upon himself and upheld the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. For the President, Michelle J. Howard, Vice Admiral, U.S. Navy, Deputy Commander, U.S. Fleet Forces Command. You may be seated. Certificate of appreciation for the service in the Armed Forces of the United States of America. Senior Chief Gary Armstrong, I extend to you my personal thanks and sincere appreciation of our nation for your honorable service. You helped to maintain the security of the United States of America with a devotion to duty that is in keeping with the proud traditions of our armed forces. I honor your service and respect the commitment and loyalty you displayed over the years. My best wishes to you for happiness and success in the future. The Honorable Barack Obama, Commander-in-Chief. From William Jefferson Clinton. Dear Senior Chief Armstrong, I am pleased to join with your family and friends in congratulating you on your retirement from the United States Navy. You have served our country with distinction and honor, and you can be proud of your contributions to our national security and to the peace around the world. Hillary and I are delighted to send best wishes as you celebrate this milestone and your years of military service. Sincerely, Bill Clinton, 42nd President of the United States. From the state of Ohio, dear Senior Chief Armstrong, it is a pleasure to congratulate you on 26 years of honorable and dedicated service to the United States Navy. Your record, conduct, and devotion to duty reflect your allegiance to the high standards of the military profession. The leadership and integrity you demonstrate in each of your challenging assignments in defense of your state and country are greatly appreciated. Best wishes for success in all your future endeavors. Sincerely, John Kasich, Governor. From the state of Virginia. Dear Senior Chief Armstrong, it is a pleasure to congratulate you on 26 years of honorable and dedicated service to the United States Navy. Your record, conduct, and devotion to duty reflect your allegiance to the high standards of the military profession. The leadership and integrity you demonstrated in each of your challenging assignments in the defense of your state and country are greatly appreciated. Best wishes for success in all your future endeavors. Sincerely, Bob McDonnell, Governor. From Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy. Dear Senior Chief Armstrong, as Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy, I join all Chief Petty Officers in expressing sincere appreciation and boundless gratitude for your sacrifice and dedication given to guard our country's freedom. I am thankful that, as a member of the Chief Petty Officer community, you have continued our proud CPO tradition of being the driving force behind the finest Navy ever. Your continuous leadership and example in this final assignment to the retired Navy are both welcomed and extremely important to the continued success of our great Navy. Your shipmates and I are indebted to you for your unselfish leadership, unfailing loyalty, and perseverance all these years. As you leave our Navy, the shipmates you leave behind owe you a great deal of gratitude for the lasting impact you made and for the thousands of young sailors trained by you to carry us into the future. I thank you and bid you fair winds and following seas. Very sincerely, Mike Stevens. Will Mrs. Armstrong, Gary Jr., Philip, and Jill join Senior Chief Armstrong, please? Certificate of Appreciation from the United States Navy. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. By the authority vested in me, it is my pleasure to express grateful appreciation of the United States Navy to Phyllis A. Armstrong for your unselfish, faithful, and devoted service during your husband's naval career. Your unfailing support and understanding helped to make possible your husband's lasting contribution to the nation. Given this 18th day of July, 2013, J.M. Kirsch, Captain, U.S. Navy, Commander, Navy Munitions Command. Certificate of Appreciation from the United States Navy. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. By the authority vested in me, it is my pleasure to express grateful appreciation of the United States Navy to Gary A. Armstrong, Jr. and Philip A. Armstrong for your unselfish, faithful, and devoted service during your father's naval career. Your unfailing support and understanding helped to make possible your father's lasting contribution to the nation. Given this 18th day of July, 2013, J.M. Kirsch, Captain, U.S. Navy, Commander, Navy Munitions Command. Certificate of Appreciation from the United States Navy. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. By the authority vested in me, it is my pleasure to express grateful appreciation of the United States Navy to Jill Armstrong for your unselfish, faithful, and devoted service during your brother's naval career. Your unfailing support and understanding helped to make possible your brother's lasting contribution to the nation. Given this 18th day of July, 2013, J.M. Kirsch, Captain, U.S. Navy, Commander, Navy Munitions Command. Thank you, Captain Kirsch. At this time, Captain Kirsch would like to make a few remarks.
What a great honor it is for me today to be at this retirement ceremony for the world's best sailor, Senior Chief Gary Armstrong. Round of applause for Senior Chief. When I was a young officer, I did not have a chief. I had Gunner's Mate Chief Frith that was my junior officer of the deck, and we stood watch together on USS Antrim. And I thought, man, this chief thing, it's really cool. And Chief Frith is a huge help. Well, they finally gave me a chief towards the end of my tour on USS Antrim, Chief Fennell, and he whipped my entire division into shape in about a week. I was like, holy Toledo, these chiefs are cool. I wish I could get one sometime. So whenever I see a chief, I have a very special place in my heart for them, for their sense of service. And it was with great glee that Senior Chief Armstrong agreed to come all the way up to Yorktown, 112.5 miles per day, commuting to be with me my last couple of years in the Navy. He's a great personal friend. He's a wonderful mentor. He is most concerned about sailors and their welfare. And I just could go on and on and on about Senior Chief Armstrong and what a good friend he's been. One of the most profound things that he said to me, you know, here I am at the 29-year point of naval service and learning this, is that, you know, a chief's job is to set that junior officer up for success. That if that junior officer is going to go brief the captain on a CAS rep or whatever, the chief makes sure the officer is ready to go. And if the officer doesn't do well, it's the chief's fault, and the chief feels bad. I was like, why am I learning that at the 29-year naval service? This is crazy. This is crazy. But hey, that's how it is, man. You're still learning at 29 years. So Gary's been a great friend. We've done a bunch of motivational speaking, helping disadvantaged youth. You all know Senior Chief Armstrong's story. There are any number of reasons he could have, you know, dropped the pack and not been with us today, but he kept going, and he's a great inspiration to everyone, especially disadvantaged youth. Okay, final thing for the family. Family is everything. But I give you a quote from my dad from the Lions Club. When you get married, they say things like, for richer, for poor, and in sickness and in health, but they don't say, for lunch. Okay, so we're not supposed to hang around the house waiting for lunch to be served. supposed to go do stuff and stay out of the way and not interrupt the domestic routine too much. But Gary, you've been a great friend, you've done great work, and I look forward to hearing more from you in the future, and wish you the very, very best.
Thank you, Captain. At this time, anyone who would like to take a moment to say something about their experience with Senior Chief Armstrong may take the floor at this time.
Yep, we go first.
Hold on, this is my detail.
You got it,
I'm
Sam.
going to exercise my authority today.
Till after the ceremony.
And I get first crack at it. All right. When I first met Senior Chief Armstrong, I didn't like him. I didn't like him one bit.
Don't you?
I thought he was pompous. I thought he was arrogant. What I didn't know was that I met probably the greatest leader I've ever served with, the finest mentor I've had in my life to date, and a very true friend. But we'll get to that. I took over as his LPO, and he gave me one set of marching orders: take care of sailors. If you did that, if you worked for Senior Chief Armstrong, you could do no wrong, and I mean no wrong. But that's who he is. Senior Chief believes in mission accomplishment through sailor development. You heard the remarks in his award. You know what he did in his final tour. The programs he paid attention to, they were all sailor development. That's who the man is. He believes in success on the shoulders of those that work for him, not their backs. And that is a rare quality, a truly rare quality. It's part of my jaded outlook on Senior when I first met him came from poor Navy leaders. Leaders that said all the right things, the same thing that Senior Chief Armstrong said to me about leadership, but their actions didn't live up to it. They would say things like, it ain't about me, it's about you. Sailors first. When you look at what they did, not what Senior Chief Armstrong did, what they did, you saw it was all about them. It ain't about you. Sailors last. So you all know what to say, very few of us actually do it. My tour as his LPO taught me more in 3 years than in my combined 15 about leadership. That is no exaggeration. I can't even begin to enumerate every lesson the man has taught me. Both professionally and personally, he's impacted my life greatly. I'm so thankful for your service, Chief, I can't tell you. It's impacted my life in ways that's going to carry me way into the future. As long as I have the honor of wearing this uniform right here, the cloth of our nation, and I get to lead sailors, I'm going to have one thought in my head. Now, my personal life, I say, what would Jesus do? Right? I'm a Christian man, believe in God. I say, what would Jesus do? Professionally, for the rest of my career, I'm going to say, what would Senior Chief Gary Armstrong do? Because he's my mirror. Thank you.
Well, he just spoiled that, so I was gonna make a lot of jokes, but very seriously, I can't even do it now. I gotta be serious. I can't even do it now. We gotta go with the baby. I'll keep it clear.
That's why I'm here, Senior.
Got it. But before I even speak on Gary, there's always great minds that think alike, and there's always people in your life that come along and they kind of catapult you to that next level, and God put people in your life for a reason. And the retired Master Chief Simpson, Kenneth Pugh, was in the audience today, and he was definitely, and it leads to the story of what I'm saying, a big inspiration to why I came into the mess and how I came into the mess, and I truly thank God for him and I'm glad to see him. But when I made it based on the work that he set aside, when I did finally make Chief, I'll never forget this lesson, and I take it with me every day, and I take it to my sailors every day. Senior Chief was in PT year, and he was sitting outside of Group 2, and we had just made Chief, and we was on this high, and we were all on the line, and he says, hey, what's going on, fellas? You guys just made Chief? Congratulations. Well, we all walked past Senior Chief like, we didn't know it was the Senior Chief at the time. We just walked past him like he was just some other sailor. We were on our high horse, we couldn't even acknowledge the fact that he was congratulating us. We never stopped to even talk to him. We just kept going. And so he stopped, he said, wait. So is that how you're gonna do a sailor? a sailor that comes up to you and introduces himself, congratulates you on a milestone in your career, this is what you do to him, you walk past him. Suppose I was on the verge of committing suicide. Suppose I was on the verge of just leaving and going UA. You never stopped to even talk to me. And then we were like, one of the guys, Jamie Gaines, he's not seeing you, he got ready to go to scene to go and just nail him just because of that. So, I mean, he was, because he thought, okay, who is this sailor talking to us like that? He says, oh, by the way, I'm seeing Chief Gary Armstrong. Now we go, whoa, he said, no, don't give me respect now because you had the opportunity to do it then. He said, don't you ever forget, Chiefs, where you came from. Always be about the sailor. And so I just never forgot that lesson. I was actually in shock and awe, and I was just like, man, and I was very arrogant and cocky, and he knew. I tell you, but I can go on, but the story that I want to let you know about this man is just that he is a sailor's sailor. And I have taken that throughout my career, and to be able to still move up the echelon and move forward and have chiefs out there that are making chiefs under my leadership now, and they're here and they're doing great things. It's just a testament to great minds that think alike in the room. And I have two great men in here that I can definitely be able to stand up and say that these men are a great inspiration in my life. And I promise you, I will not let them sailor down. You can guarantee that. I go to that.
Anyone else like to speak?
Too late. Somebody already beat you.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but then I thought about it and decided to. I was one of the recipients of the Community Advancement Program because of CMT got me capped working the CSFTL. And one thing he would always say to me is, I have to check my attitude. Because no matter how much good work you do, no matter what you say, it's how you say it. And being both my chief and my son's brother, he really has changed a lot of my thinking and the way I see things. And it's funny how you just, if you sit down and sit back and listen to what someone says, it may not be the most elaborate conversation, it might not be anything that's really special, but it's just the little things like, fix your face. You make such a big difference in every area. If you fix your face, it's amazing things that happen to you, the good things that can happen. And I just appreciate you for everything you've done, all the lessons I've learned. And I don't even know how you would.
I just want to say thank you, Senior Chief. When I first met Senior Chief Armstrong, I had the same impression from his. From day one, he gave me the business. From day one, I checked into the command. We didn't get along for about a year. It was basically just come to work, do work. I hated to come to work. I was like so stressed out for like the first year. I cried. He probably doesn't even know this. I cried. He had me so stressed out. I go home and talk to my husband about it. I'm like, oh my word. And then at that time we had PS1 and we had another line too. And then before I even got to the command, I had kind of heard how he was. He doesn't like women. he doesn't like women. So, but during that tour, you know, I became his LPO, and we established a bond together, and we worked together. I mean, we even had a hatch. I can tell y'all this. We had an incident where I wanted to go out of state. I wanted to get my work ethic. A lot of y'all don't know this. A couple of y'all do. And we had a hash out that day, and the hash out, I just got fed up with it. I was just like, you know what? I held my peace for so long, and I said, see, I said, you know, I want to eat too. And I know he remembers the conversation. And this was, he had never seen me out of character like this. And I was like, I want to eat too. Everybody around here eating.